Hello everybody, welcome to Chapter 2. We will be discussing, we'll do Chapter 2 in two videos. This first video is going to cover scatter plots. So let's go ahead and jump into scatter plots in Excel. Now you may have a different version of Excel as you do this problem. I am in Excel 10, 2010. You may have Excel 2007, which is still pretty common at this point. What you will do is going to be very similar, but it won't be the exact sequence of clicks that I'm going to show you. So you may have to figure it out a little bit on your own. If you don't know how to do something in Excel, Excel's got great help menus. Also, just hop onto Google and Google what you want to do, and there'll be a bunch of videos just like this on YouTube and other places that'll take you through the steps to do what you want to do, or sometimes just sequences of steps that you need to do in order to accomplish the task you want to accomplish. There are almost infinite resources out there for people wanting to use Excel. All right, first thing we need to do is for a scatter plot is we need to get some data. So let's go to our DVD or CD that came with the class. We'll go to our data set, just like we did for Chapter 1. We're going to open Cigarette, which is the data set that you're going to use for the first couple homework for the first homework problem. And let's compare nicotine in, we'll do this column and this column. These are the two we're going to scatter plot. We're going to compare king size nicotine with, I'm guessing MN is mini nicotine or something like that. So let's just go ahead and compare these two columns. The idea is to show you how to do it, how to compare two columns, so you're prepared to do that. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to highlight these two columns. And to highlight two columns at the same time, I just, to do this column, I simply push down on my, highlight that cell, push down on the left click and drag it all the way down and then let go. Now to do this column in addition, if I just click on it, it's going to erase the first column. So I'm going to highlight all of this. Then I'm going to push the Control key on my keyboard, and I can highlight this column as well. And I just highlighted the wrong column, didn't I? So we're going to start over, and we'll highlight that column, push Control, and we'll highlight that column. So we'll get the comparison here. All right. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this in a scatter plot. Now this is not completely intuitive because in the old Excel you actually had a chart tab. Here you go to Insert, then you go to Scatter, and then you go to the upper left is the one we're going to want. And it's going to set up our chart. And in order to make it pretty, we're going to label our axes. So the bottom axis is the king size, and because we did that one on the left, that's our A axis. So the group of data that is on the left in Excel over here will be always on the bottom or horizontal axis, and the data that's on the right will be your vertical axis. So you may need to move columns around to get what you need, but that's how you do it. And these don't make much sense, so I'm going to click on them and then delete them. All right. And then we're going to go to Layout and Axis Titles to make it pretty. So we're going to do Primary Horizontal Axis Title. We're going to click on Title below Axis. And I'm going to type in there the king size nicotine, so we'll just go K-I-N-I-C, and then click outside of it, and there is the label there. And then we're going to go to Axis Titles, Primary Vertical Axis, and it's going to give you some options on how to do it. I like the vertical title, it looks kind of neat to me. You can do whatever type of label you would like. And we're going to do the MN-NIC, okay, and click outside of it. And there is your scatter plot. And you could submit the file just like this. You can also take this and export it into Word. And I prefer the Excel because then I could follow your how you did the charting. And this also tells you the relationship. And there's definitely a relationship here between the two, between the king size nicotine and the mini nicotine. So you can see using the scatter plot if there's a correlation between the two. This is really about learning how to graph things in Excel, and this is one of the primary graphs you will often use. All right, we'll see you for part 2 of Chapter 2.